successful in that no civil casualty in any line action has taken place, and the credit goes to all the forces who are operating on ground, whether it be CRPF, J&K Police, SSB, and so many other forces. Orders and instructions are very clear that we have to avoid any kind of civil casualties, and we are adhering to that. Things are improving gradually, and hopefully things must fall in place and normalcy will return very soon. After these remarks, if you have any questions to ask, please. You're welcome.
Yeah, Zeenat. Zeenat, please take the mic.
Lieutenant General Dillon, I would like to know from your side, as you briefed about the situation on borders. So I would like to know the infiltration, what is the quantity of infiltration that had come in, and also the number of launch pads that are across the border, and is there any ammunition that was recovered from these two Pakistanis from Rawalpindi? And another thing, we are not seeing any anti-militancy operation for the last more than 1 month. Why is it so? Is it because of the communication blockade? And don't you think this is giving a breathing time to militants to regroup?
Thank you. First of all, like I said in my opening remarks, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. All the launch pads across the line of control are as of full with the terrorists of various tanzims. Pakistan is attempting every night and day, in assistance with Pakistan army posts which are there on the line of control. Even these two terrorists who have been captured, they were also housed at the Pakistani forward post of the army, and then they were being guided by the Pakistani regular troops up to the line of control. As the terrorist in his own statement has already told you. So all the launch pads across the line of control, not only opposite Kashmir but also opposite Poonch, Rajouri and Jammu, are full of terrorists of various tanzims, and every day and night the terrorist activities of infiltration are being attempted. As you are aware, few of them have been neutralized on the line of control, including an incident where 5 to 7 of Pakistani regulars, terrorists, were lying dead on the line of control for a number of days. The hotline message was sent to the DGMO to pick up the bodies of the Pakistani citizens, which they refused to. It's nothing new. In Kargil, they refused to take back the bodies of their soldiers. In this incident, they refused to take back the bodies of their citizens. And now we even have the live terrorists who are Pakistani citizens with us. DGMO of Indian Army has already conveyed it to the DGMO of Pakistan that these individuals, the terrorists on their side, are in our control. And coming down to the point about launch pads, the number of launch pads is immaterial. The number of terrorists who are in the launch pad and who are ready to launch, that is what is more important. And I can tell you, without going into the details, all the launch pads are as of now full with terrorists ready to be launched into Kashmir to disrupt peace. After that, your question was, what are the ammunition and all recovered from them? Yes, the warlike stores and some ID material which can be used for making IDs and blowing it up were recovered from these people. And lastly, your point about anti-terrorist operations in the hinterland. Anti-terrorist operations are going on. There is no let-up or no stoppage of anti-terrorist operations in the hinterland. As you are aware, even in the last 30 days, the terrorists have been killed, apprehended within the valley as such. So there is no let-up on the anti-terrorist operations. I would request if Mr. Munir Khan wants to add something to it.
When we talk of anti-militancy operations, and you said it is because of blockade of the cell phones that operations are not being carried out that effectively. It's not true. Maybe the style of anti-militancy operations has changed, and you will be, at least I am pleased to know and pleased to tell you that we are getting more of the surrenders, and we have got lot many And when a local terrorist surrenders, it is, I think, is greater success than getting encounters. So we are working on those lines also, and we are getting good success in that. Nothing to worry on that count that operations are not happening. Operations are happening, and good operations are happening.
Sir, I have two parts of the question.
Who is there?
Ashraf,
I thought you just changed your voice here. I was confused.
सर मेरे दो क्वेश्चन हैं, एक जनरल साहब को और एक आपको। जनरल साहब को ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि ये कहने लगातार हर दिन जो है इंफिल्ट्रेशन एक्टिविटीज हो रहे हैं, इतने दिनों में जो करीब 1 महीना हुआ है, हाउ मच यू बिलीव दैट इंफिल्ट्रेटर्स may have managed to enter into the incident? Number one. And second question is to the मुनीर साहब, कि आपने कहा कि कोई कैजुअलिटी नहीं हुई। आज सोरा में रिपोर्ट की गई है एक डेथ, जो लड़का एक शेलिंग में कुछ दिन पहले इंजर्ड हुआ था, उसके बारे में।
I think first I should
You
reply.
should
to
answer.
the
So I'm
question.
clear there. Yeah, I agree.
Who told you he got injured in shelling?
सब कुछ सुनने में आया है।
नहीं, सुनने में नहीं. When you are asking a question, you should be very specific.
Yes.
You are a very old journalist here. No shelling, no pellet injuries. He was hit by a stone. And I am very sure about it.
जनरल साहब,
Okay. I will amplify on this. Asrar Ahmad Khan, the boy 18 to 19 years of age of Elahibad, 90 feet road, who was hit by a stone on 6th of August and admitted in Sora, he has come to his death today. And this makes it 5th civilian death in last 30 days. It may be Noor Mohammed Dar, who was the driver who was hit in the stone pelting and died in Bij Bihara. It may be two Gujars, the Kohli brothers, who were killed in the high mountains by the terrorists. Or it may be the shopkeeper,
Parampura.
in Parampura. And this is the 5th death which has happened because of the terrorists oblique the stone pelters or the puppets of Pakistan trying to disrupt peace. There is not a single casualty which has happened in last 30 days. And this is the most calmest period in the history of Kashmir, if I can say that. Calmest and the most peaceful 30 days from the point of view of civilian deaths by the security forces or anyone other things. All the deaths which have happened by terrorists or the stone pelters. Now you can make out who is disrupting peace in the valley, who is not happy with the peace in the valley. So now coming to the point about infiltration, the question which was addressed to me. Infiltration, like I said earlier, the infiltration attempts are being done every night, not only on Kashmir frontier or the Kashmir line of control, but also in the Rajouri to Poonch, Jammu, as also the IB sector going right up to Pathankot and borders of Punjab and Gujarat, as also the other routes which are available through third countries. Notwithstanding that, all the infiltration bids are being encountered on the line of control. As of now, the information available with us from the hinterland, there is not a single infiltration attempt which has been successful in Kashmir Valley, and this I can assure you. Yeah, thank you.
From this side, it's Afzal Bhat from ANI. As we talk about the infiltration process is continuously going on. Do you have any proper approximately figure how many infiltrate to this side? And second thing, साहब ने कहा था कि जो मेरे कोलीग ने सवाल कहा था कि सुनने में आया है. For last 1 month प्रोसेस तो यही है ना, सुनने में आया है ड्यू टू द कम्युनिकेशन गैप. और हर दिन हमें अल्टरनेटिव में सुनने भी फिनिश.
Landlines are working, I believe.
लेट मी फिनिश फर्स्ट. अगर लैंडलाइन चल रही है तो डायरेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन का फोन बैठा नहीं होता है. ड्यूटी रूम दूरदर्शन का बैठा नहीं होता है, रेडियो कश्मीर का ड्यूटी रूम बैठा नहीं होता, 101 फायर सर्विस वो नहीं बैठा होता है. तो जो सुनने में आया 1 महीने से तो यही है. अब उसमें कभी अप डाउन हो सकता है, कितनी सच्चाई कितनी नहीं है. तो ये लैंडलाइंस का प्रोसेस कम से कम एटलीस्ट रेस्टोर होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारा यहाँ जो है वो मेन एक्सचेंज लाल चौक है, सारा तो वही लगभग कैटर करता है, वही बैठा हुआ है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फ्रॉम बिलिंग सर अबाउट द इंफॉर्मेशन.
See, you can ask me the question on infiltration in whichever manner, whichever the language I speak, 7 languages. Answer is going to be the same.
Sir, sorry for sir. I would like to add और एक फोबिया जो बन गया है, गुलमर्ग भी कुछ बड़ा सा हुआ है, गुलमर्ग डिस्टर्ब है, गुलमर्ग सारा कुछ सीज किया गया है.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
So,
related to Gulmarg, I have
just let me answer this. We will take all the questions. We are not in a hurry. We will entertain each and every question. Not a problem at all. Coming to the infiltration thing, like I said, ask me in any language. If I understand, I will reply in that language. I know 7 languages, otherwise I'll Google it and answer your question. The answer is going to be same. Answer is Pakistan is attempting infiltrations every night. We are encountering infiltrations on the line of control every night. Some of them are getting eliminated, some of them are getting foiled, and they are returning back to the Pakistani army posts from where they were launched. So numbers, I am not a numbers man, but I am telling you they are full and they are wanting to infiltrate in major quantities or major numbers. Now coming to this Gulmarg rumors. Gentlemen and ladies, I have visited Gulmarg sector at least in the last 15 days, I think more than 5-6 times. There are more than 350 operations which have been launched around Gulmarg, including some specific information searches inside Gulmarg town. Otherwise, as you are aware, Gulmarg has been terrorism-free area because of the tourism and other things. But in this last 15-20 days, wherever we got the information, either on speculation or even the rumors which you are also listening, not a single thing has happened in Gulmarg. Whatever is coming in the news, I can confirm to you. I would request any one of you who wants to visit Gulmarg, I will facilitate your move. Please go and stay in Gulmarg wherever you want to visit, whichever place you want to visit. Please report from any place in Gulmarg, and whatever your rumors are, whatever you are hearing, they will absolutely get addressed. So, if I may just please, see, my teacher, primary teacher told me when someone is talking, don't interrupt. I am sure. Okay. So, I would once again request you to please come to Gulmarg, see for yourself, report from wherever you want. We will facilitate your movement. We will facilitate any way you want to go in Gulmarg. So you're most welcome. Thank you. Yeah, please now.
Yeah, you ask.
Sir, I visited Gulmarg.
May I know your name, please?
My name is Ishfaq from Tribune, sir.
Okay.
I visited Gulmarg 2 times. It's unprecedented that there have been
Ishfaq, take the mic.
350 searches. What was the reason to carry out the searches in Gulmarg? It's a peaceful town, full of tourists every time. And have you
एक मैं जरा जवाब
from
देता हूँ।
reporters about infiltration and any number?
Okay, I'll answer your question in a question. You are a journalist. How many articles you have written in last 1 month and why? It's my job to carry out searches. I do it as per the requirement, as per the intelligence available to me, including the rumors which you are seeking. I had to address all the rumors also. See, I am a part of a machinery which is supposed to maintain peace in the valley, as also address the rumor mongering. So that is partially answering your question, but I will request ADGP Saab to answer it.
Ashfaq, to add to what the journals have said, you know, Gulmarg is a LC area. No? So, right from Gulmarg up to Bunyar is LC. So, there have been infiltrations from that sector previously also. So, any inputs which we get, whether the inputs are 100% pakka or inputs are inputs, we have to take action and we have to search the areas and do our bit. Now, that has been done. Nothing alarming as such.
Sir, we did answer about the restoration of the landline.
You have conveyed your point. Certainly it will be conveyed to the concerned authorities and will ensure that landlines function and function properly.
Manish,
जनरल कैनिंग
sir, to your right.
इन दिनों 5 अगस्त के बाद से लेकर अभी तक कितनी बार सीज फायर वायलेशन हेवी आर्टिलरी शेलिंग के साथ पाकिस्तान ने किया है और इस बीच इन्फिल्ट्रेशन अटेम्प्ट में बैट एक्शन या कोई साइबर एक्शन करने की कोशिश की है और मुनीर सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि किस तरीके से आप ह्यूमन मॉन्गरिंग और खासतौर पे जिस तरीके से अभी बरेलपुरा में जो एक शॉपकीपर था उसकी डेथ हुई, उसके बाद से लेकर अभी तक लगातार कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि शॉपकीपर से या जिनको कंपेयर किया जा रहा है कि शॉप ओपन ना करें, इस स्थिति में पूरी तरीके से निपटने की क्या तैयारी है?
Okay, first of all, ceasefire violation. As you are aware, immediately after Balakot strikes, unprovoked ceasefire violation was undertaken by Pakistan Army on 12th of March, which was befittingly replied to. Thereafterward, he kept quiet. Then on 30th of July, as again you are aware, from 12th of March to 30th of July, there was no major ceasefire violation, but on 30th July, again the unprovoked RT and air defense guns were fired, for which we raised a hotline message with the DGMO of Pakistan. But then we reserved the right to respond. This is also was told to the DGMO of Pakistan, and we did respond. And we responded very well on the targets from where the fire came from. Thereafterwards, post 5th of August, There have been 3-4 instances of ceasefire violation, including one in Gurez sector, where because of RT shelling of Pakistan, 2 villages were injured and 8 to 10 houses were gutted and they were burnt. So adequate compensation has been given to them. And this brings me back to the point that Pakistan Army is also targeting the villages and the civilian areas on the line of control side. And just to add a point, so that this press conference might be heard by a lot of people of Kashmir also, immediate action was taken by the civil administration. The DC Saab was there the next day. He gave immediate on-the-spot compensation, as also worth about 76 crores of underground bunkers for the villages in the vicinity of the line of control to protect them from the shelling by Pakistan Army against innocent civilians, their livestock and their property. This was sanctioned and the work is in progress. This is just an additional information since you asked the question on firing on the line of control. Thank you.
Sir, direct action attempts, sir. Direct action attempts.
See, these are operational details. I can tell you one thing, no attempt whatsoever, whether bat action or infiltration, has been successful. They have been eliminated before they came anywhere close to the ambushes or the posts of Indian Army. And a point about the Gulmarg thing, this number of ambushes which I said more than 350 of the operations, it also includes on the line of control in which, one of which, these 2 terrorists were also apprehended. So it's an overall in that sector, the numbers which I gave.
Sir, Navishna Jaiswal from Deutsche Welle. You mentioned that normalcy will return soon and there will be landlines restored as well. I understand that you can't release dates, but I wanted to find out why exactly has such an unprecedented shutdown of landlines been necessary? What was the logic and reasoning behind that, given the impact it's had not only on journalists but also on people on the ground?
Now, today is 30th day after 5th of August.
30 days have passed with
30 days have passed, right? And as I said, we have not faced any major law and order situation in the last 30 days. And one of the main reasons for that is that landlines and the mobile services were blocked. Rumor mongering is the main thing which gives birth to all this violence and other things. So when we analyze the situation as a whole, we take steps to ensure that law and order situations remains under control, and we have been successful so far in doing that. That's my answer.
So the expectation is, sorry, I just don't follow. So the expectation is that the rumors circulating right now because the communication shut down are not as bad?
No, it is, no. It's vice versa.
Hello. My name is Zubair and my question is to both of the speakers. As you said about the casualty of Asrar, there was a report in Al Jazeera talking about the injury on the day Asrar was injured, which had credible inputs of hospitals and hospital reports which speaks that it was a firearm injury. And many families are claiming that death certificates are not being completely issued to them. There are pretty question marks over the reason of the death. And even you said that Asrar was hit by a stone, but the report speaks about it as a firearm injury.
Now, first of all, what is the credibility of Al Jazeera? Tell me. No. You have asked a question now, be prepared for a reply also. The credibility of Al Jazeera is zero. The channel has been reporting wrong. The channel has been trying to instigate violence in Kashmir right from day one. So we don't believe the channel. Very simple. We have our local channels. Why don't they report like him? Do you think they don't have wisdom? Do you think they don't visualize the thing? Do you think they don't analyze the things? It is by design he is doing that. So please don't talk about Al Jazeera.
I said they had...
It's all wrong. It's absolutely wrong. My answer is absolutely wrong.
Sir, to your left.
Sir, here. My name is Faraz. I work with ETV. So my question is both of you. One is about which part of the LOC have these 2 militants been arrested. And number 2, sir, to Mr. ADGP Munir Khan, that is there any word about the possibility of release of instigators? Because their families claim that they have been and kept in jail without any charge. It's completely illegal.
Okay. This terrorist, the two LT terrorists जिसका हमने वीडियो अभी दिखाया, they were arrested in Gulmarg sector. And now that the question has come, I would like to just show you a Google map. Can we have it if we have that? Okay. Okay, now gentlemen, this is the area of Hajipir Pass. This is the Shamshabari going, Pir Panjal going. And this is the area of Hilan Makhni Baul, which is in the illegal occupation of Pakistan, in the Pakistan illegal occupied Kashmir. The launch pad and the army, Pakistan army posts were there from where they were launched, and they were coming towards the area of Afrawat, which is also happened to be on the Pir Panjal, on the boundary between 15 Corps and 16 Corps. So overall, this area falls under the Gulmarg sector, as we call it. Thank you.
You had a question about the release of political prisoners. The decision will be taken after considering all the pros and cons, and decision will be taken shortly. And of course, everything depends on normalization of situation and how the situation behaves.
Chairman sir, you almost covered the entire thing, so no question.
Thank you.
But to Mr. Khan, taking on what Mr. Zubair told you a while back, is police in the process of releasing a report of this youth who some claim that he was hit by a pellet or some ammunition, or like you said that he was hit by a stone. Will you give us a detail where and how he was hit and what happened? I mean, he was injured some 27, 28 days back.
He was injured on 6.
I'm saying this, there should be a medical report so that all these,
We'll also get that. We'll also get that. But
are you in a process of releasing those medical reports?
One, as far as death of this Mr. Asrar is concerned, he was injured on 6th of August when there was stone pelleting on 90 feet road, and stone pelleters from Sora, Anjar and other places had assembled, and there was major law and order situation on that day, if you remember. On that day he got injured. Since then he was admitted in Skims, and he improved a bit, but somehow he's come now. One. Number two, as far as releasing of these prisoners, other than these political prisoners, if I'm right, you are asking, is concerned.
No, release of medical report.
Medical
because
report.
already there is confusion. Like the gentleman said that he's come and he's quoting family members. And family members have said that he was hit by some ammunition.
Yes.
So is police to allay these confusions?
No, listen.
Is police
Any such case where a death has occurred, injury has occurred, FIR has been registered. So when investigation takes place, everything is taken into consideration, including the medical report. So in this particular case also it will be done. No ambiguity.
Family is contending that he was hit by.
No, everything.
And you also said that he was hit by stone. So
Yes.
two versions. To back up your version, is police in a process of?
Of course we will investigate the thing and we will get the medical report to substantiate what we are seeing.
Yeah, Safar.
My question is to both of you. Yes, sir. So basically, apart from the security restrictions and the communication block that we have seen since like last 30 days, this is like a lot of allegations in South Kashmir and particularly North Kashmir that a lot of army is calling or sort of organizing counseling session for Maulvis and Imams about the benefits of Article 3, removal of Article 370. And I was a witness that in Arihal, the army was distributing posters showing that what benefits this will entail. So my question is that is army aware of this such a thing? And there are allegations also by the Maulvis that they have been told that you should not rake up this Article 370 abrogation in your sermon. So I would like to some clarity on this.
Okay, as you are all aware, for last 30 years, Army has been involved in a lot of Sadbhavna activities, lot of interaction with the opinion makers, the Maulvis, the teachers, the students, the Sarpanches. for the benefit of the area, as also to get from them what is required for the development of the area in terms of infrastructure, girls' schools, the degree colleges, the roads, the culverts. This type of, in fact, we have already submitted a short-term and long-term projects to the government, taken from the villagers through the company operating basis and compiled them and given to the government that these are the aspirations of the local population at the grassroots level. And the civil administration is taking those into consideration and cognizance. So we have been interacting with the awam. Like I always say, हम लोग हम साया हैं, दिन रात इकट्ठे रहते हैं. रात के 2 बजे, again my primary teacher told me not to interrupt. I'm sure yours would have also told you. Okay. So हम लोग रात दिन इकट्ठे रहते हैं. उनकी तकलीफ हमारी तकलीफ है. अगर रात के 2 बजे भी कोई आके दरवाजा खटखटाता है मेडिकल हेल्प के लिए और फॉर एनीथिंग, इट इज डन. Now coming specifically to your point of Maulvi is being told and all those things. See, what is happening is there are narratives being spread by Pakistan and there are some clarification which people come to seek from you. They feel this man is an educated man, he is a postgraduate, he is a person who has been commissioned into the army, post the psychological analysis and other things, and he is probably aware as to what are the things to be there. So this is a normal doubt clearance sessions which even you can sit with me and I can sit with you. If I don't know something about, like I am telling you, I am in Kashmir for last 31 years. Few things about 370 which was my subject for last 31 years. Few things I also came to know post 5th of August. So it is but natural people have doubts. If someone has come to someone or someone has been talking to other person, it is a normal conversation which happens amongst two individuals and adults. So there is nothing wrong in it and there is no organized thing which is being propagated or being put on ground. Thank you.
We'll take the last 2 questions. Wait.
साहब आपने जिक्र किया था अभी जो मेन स्ट्रीम लीडर्स हैं उनके बगैर जो लोग गिरफ्तार हैं जैसे ट्रेड लीडर्स हैं कुछ समाजी कारकुन भी हैं उनपे उनको रिलीज करने का कोई प्रोग्राम है?
देखिए मैं आपको उसमें एक चीज़ बताऊं, मैंने पहले भी जिस दिन प्रेस ब्रीफिंग हुई थी उसमें बताया था कि जब किसी ने हमसे किसी दोस्त ने सवाल पूछा था कि 4000 या 3000 लोग आपने डिटेन रखे, मैंने उनको ये बताया था ये बिल्कुल गलत है और मैंने उनको ये भी बताया था कि ये जो पकड़ने और छोड़ने का प्रोसेस है ये साथ साथ चलता है. डिटेंशंस कई किस्म की होती हैं. कुछ डिटेंशंस ऐसी होती हैं जो सिर्फ टू मेंटेन पीस की जाती हैं, उसके बाद जब उनको लाया जाता है एक बॉन्ड लेके उनको छोड़ दिया रिलीज कर दिया जाता है, तो वो भी उन 3000 में आ जाते हैं. कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो सबस्टेंशियल ऑफेंसेस या एफआईआर में गिरफ्तार होते हैं, उनमें से कुछ लोग जमानत पे रिलीज हो जाते हैं, वो भी उन 3000 में आ जाते हैं. कुछ हार्डकोर एलिमेंट तो जो इंस्टिगेटर्स या जो क्रॉनिक इस किस्म के हैं पीएसए में डिटेन होते हैं, वो भी इन 3000 में आ जाते हैं. सो व्हेन यू टॉक ऑफ 3000 का नंबर, इसमें से तो 2000 या 1500 या 2500 ऑलरेडी रिलीज भी हो गए होते हैं. सो इट इज नंबर 1, इट इज नॉट दैट द 3000 के 3000 इस वक्त बंद पड़े हुए. नाउ योर क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग द ट्रेड यूनियन लीडर्स वगैरह, उसमें असेस किया जाएगा कि इनको छोड़ने से क्या असरात रहेंगे, इनकी इन्वॉल्वमेंट कितनी, उसके बाद डिसीजन लिया जाएगा.
Sir, my name is Anis.
Sir, to your left.
My name is Anis. My question is about Gulmarg. So apart from carrying search operations in that area, there have been many, the army has detained many people in the Babarishi area for questioning. So including 2 officials of the Babarishi Sufi Shrine. So my question is how many people have been picked up and what is the status of these 2 officials as of now?
I would like to confirm to everyone here, no person has been picked up by the army whatsoever. All these are rumors. Under normal circumstances, in case there is certain information or intelligence, a person may be questioned either at his home only or questioning might happen at a place where the army officer is there. But no person has been picked up by the army and brought to the camps and being detained there. All these are rumors to malign the Indian Army. I must tell the House, and you are aware of it, Indian Army is a very professional organization. We carry out operations in a very professional manner, in a very ethical and transparent manner. We respect human rights, we are a law-abiding force, and we are a well-trained, well-officered and well-organized force. So we do not indulge in any such activities which are against the ethos or the good faith conduct which is expected of any organized disciplined force which we are.
सर मेरा नाम रिफत है, पहले तो जनरल साहब से भी क्वेश्चन और खान साहब से भी। जिस तरीके से यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर ने कहा था कि दफा 300 से अगर हटने के बाद यहाँ मिलिटेंसी खत्म हो जाएगी, आपने कहा कि उस पार लॉन्चिंग पैड्स फुल है, तो ये कहा जा सकता है फिर 90s लाइक सिचुएशन उस पार है। तो खान साहब ने जिस तरीके से कहा कि यहाँ पे हो सकता है मोड ऑफ ऑपरेशन मिलिटेंटों ने चेंज किया, इसी वजह से एनकाउंटर्स वगैरह नहीं हो रहे हैं।
नहीं, मोड ऑफ ऑपरेशन मिलिटेंट्स ने चेंज नहीं किया, हमने चेंज किया।
तो
आपने गलत सुना।
मतलब कोई इस तरीके से एंटी मिलिटेंसी ऑपरेशन नहीं हुआ, क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं कि फिर कम नहीं बल्कि मिलिटेंसी बढ़ जाएगी जिस तरीके से उस पार से भी कोशिशें हो रही हैं?
Okay, first of all, Pakistan Army or Pakistan or ISI, they will attempt to do whatever is within their capabilities in spite of their poor economy, their poor diplomatic standing in the world community, in spite of their military being at a place wherever it is, in spite of the political turmoil which they have within the country. I am not going into that because that's not my domain. Now coming back to Pakistan Army, ISI, let them try anything. They will be befittingly replied to and replied to in the manner which the generations to come will remember. This has been told by the Honorable Defence Minister. This has been told by my Chief of Army Staff. This has been conveyed firmly by my Army Commander. And I again on behalf of Indian Army can confirm to you Pakistan Army will be taught a lesson which they would have never understood, probably better than 1971. Thank you.
One question here. Navi Ripala, report for the Indian Express. I want to understand, is the army taking it upon itself to educate the civilians on the benefits of 370, or is there has there been a request? Is this being directed by the centre? How does this come about?
I think the question is hypothetical. There is nothing like that, which is if you come to ask me, sir, what are these medals like and how do they, what does it mean? As a lady, I must respect your question, I must answer to you and I must clarify my doubts. So, yeah, the reporter also, ma'am, whatever, I respect a lady, that's what we have been taught in the army. So, there is nothing like organized campaign. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please join us for a cup of tea now.
नाज़रीन, जम्मू कश्मीर में फौज और पुलिस की मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस जारी थी। कश्मीर में दहशतगर्दी फैला रहा है पाकिस्तान, ऐसा KJS ढिल्लन ने इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा। जम्मू कश्मीर में दहशतगर्दों की दरअंदाजी की कोशिश, इन अमवात के पीछे पाकिस्तान जिम्मेदार है, ढिल्लन का ये कहना है। उन्होंने कहा कि पिछले 30 दिनों में 5वीं मौत हुई है, जो कि लाहीबाग नौजवान की खबर गैर सरकारी जराए से आ रही थी, उसकी तस्दीक इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में हो चुकी है। सोवरा में भर्ती किया गया था, उसके बाद उसकी मौत हो चुकी है। इसरार अहमद खान जो अगस्त 6 को पत्थर लगने से जख्मी हुआ था, ऐसा पुलिस और फौज का कहना है। जम्मू कश्मीर में हालात मामूल पर आ रहे हैं। पुलिस ने कहा कि साथ ही 2 दहशतगर्दों के बारे में इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में इतला दी गई। एक वीडियो रिलीज किया गया, पाकिस्तानी शहरियों को पकड़ा गया है, उनका ताल्लुक लश्कर से बताया जा रहा है। दरअंदाजी कर रहे थे दोनों शहरी, पाकिस्तानी शहरी, और जिनका ताल्लुक जो है लश्कर से बताया जा रहा है। वीडियो भी रिलीज किया गया इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में। आर्मी और पुलिस का कहना है कि पाकिस्तान की जानिब से कश्मीर में हालात बिगाड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है, इसी वजह से जो है बॉर्डर के थ्रू जो है दहशतगर्दों को भेजा जा रहा है। एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेंगे, जल्द होंगे हाजिर।